Hey guys, Michael here from michaelsherlock.com. In this video, I'm going to be comparing Apple's iPhone 3GS and HTC's Touch Pro 2 for Sprint. In this video, I just would like to start off with some basic information. The 3GS is of course locked to AT&T in the United States, whereas the Touch Pro 2 is actually going to be available for AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, and Sprint, so all the major carriers will support the Touch Pro 2. This is the Sprint version. There's a network comparison video. You can click the link below to compare AT&T and Sprint, but just keep in mind that pretty much all carriers will support the Touch Pro 2. Another thing I'd like to just say off the bat is the capacitive screen of the iPhone 3GS is, in my opinion, much better than resistive technology, such as what's on the Touch Pro 2. However, Windows Mobile 6.1, which is what the operating system this phone is running, and even Windows Mobile 6.5, which will be available October 6th, do not support resistive touchscreens. This is a big flaw with Microsoft because it's limiting the phones that they have. So if you're a person that really likes capacitive screens like I do, you may have to look to another operating system. But saying that, both these phones I really love using, and I recommend both of them. But let's just get into the meat of this video and compare these two phones. So to start off, the 3GS runs for $199 or $299 with a 2-year contract. $199 for the 16GB model. 32GB model will run you $299. The Touch Pro 2, again for Sprint, is $349.99 after a $100 mail-in rebate. So you're going to be paying $450 out the door. And it only includes 288 megabytes of internal memory, which is pretty disappointing. We'll start off with the application store. The Windows Mobile Marketplace is coming soon for Windows Mobile devices. October 6th for Windows Mobile 6.5 devices, and actually later this year for Windows Mobile 6.1 devices. But what's kind of interesting is you don't necessarily need an app store to install applications. I prefer application stores because it makes it really easy to aggregate all of the apps and to pick the best one, as opposed to going to different locations. But just keep in mind that you don't need an app store for Windows Mobile devices. The Apple App Store, however, is the best of the best. It is pretty much the only one that's worth talking about, if I can find it on my home screen here. Basically, Apple came out with the App Store, and then all of the other companies decided, you know what, we should get an App Store too. So the App Store is really nice on here. You have some featured categories, search and update, so you can update over the air. So you can look at top 25 paid, free, or grossing, so how much money they're making, how much the company is making on the app compared to everybody else. So the App Store. So again, you don't need an App Store for Windows Mobile devices, but for this comparison, we're going to just compare the App Stores, and therefore the iPhone App Store will be receiving a 5, and the Windows Mobile Marketplace will be receiving a 3. Now for business support, the iPhone supports Exchange servers. It has a great email and SMS and MMS client, so I can show you messaging. So when you send messages, it's all threaded, so you can look at your entire conversation. And with MMS, you can just click, and you can go through everything that's in the conversation. And you can also watch videos. So this is a video that was sent.
Hey guys, Michael here. This is just a quick demonstration of MMS video.
And it's definitely a really great implementation. In terms of other business features, again, I said it supports Exchange servers, and it also allows you to view, unfortunately not edit, just view Word, Excel, and PowerPoint documents. Now the Touch Pro 2 is a Windows Mobile 6.1 device, so that means you'd expect it to support Microsoft products, so it supports Exchange. It also has great Office Mobile, so here's Office Mobile, and again, that allows you to view and edit Excel, OneNote, PowerPoint, and Word files, which is really nice. So for business support, I have to give the Touch Pro 2 a 5 and the iPhone only a 4, just because it's kind of a bummer that mobily you can't edit, say, your Word document or a PowerPoint file. Now for text input, I've already given you an entire video on text input if you want to click the link below. But the iPhone is definitely one of the best virtual keyboards I've ever used. It's really easy, there's no lag, and it's just really nice. For the Touch Pro 2, virtual keyboards are decent for quick text input, but the full QWERTY keyboard, and I can show you that right here, the full QWERTY keyboard is unmatched. It's backlit, it's 5 rows, it has a full number pad, and it's just really easy to use. So for text input, I have to give the iPhone a 4 because, again, it's the best virtual keyboard I've ever used. But the Touch Pro 2 a 5 because the full QWERTY keyboard is the best I've ever used, even though the virtual keyboards are decent just for simple, quick text input. Now the camera. The cameras on both of these are interesting. They're both 3.2 megapixel cameras, but don't let that confuse you. They're totally different. So if we go to camera here, it's just really simple. You can switch between picture and video mode just by going here, and you just tap to focus on the screen wherever you want, and then you can take your picture or video, and it's pretty much the same thing. For camera on the Touch Pro 2, it's really similar, but it allows you to do some other features as well when you're taking pictures besides just tapping. You're able to go into the menu and you can adjust things such as ISO, brightness, you can add effects, you can mess with the contrast ratios, you can mess with the saturation, and it definitely gives you a lot more control over the pictures that you're taking. Unfortunately, as you can see in this comparison, the pictures from the Touch Pro 2 just don't stack up. Even though you get more options when you're taking the videos or pictures. I'm really disappointed with the quality of the Touch Pro 2. Because even though it's 3.2 megapixels, the iPhone 3GS is 3.2 megapixels too, and pictures and videos look really nice even though your only options are pretty much touch to focus with autofocus and white balance. And plus, the iPhone makes it really easy to share pictures and videos directly to your favorite server or YouTube for videos. So that's why I'm giving the camera for the iPhone 3GS a 4, the Touch Pro 2 a 2. But essentially, the only reason why it earns a 2 is just because of all those features that it gives you. So the last thing is call quality, and this is imperative no matter what you're doing, because when it comes down to it, it's a cell phone. If you're not using it for calling, then there's no reason to actually use these devices. So with the iPhone, everything sounds great. It has a really powerful speakerphone, but above all, people that I was talking to, for the most part, did not know that I was on a cell phone. They thought it was a landline or whatever they thought, but they really were impressed with call quality, and I've been impressed with the call quality since owning the original iPhone 3G. The Touch Pro 2, it's fine when you're just using regular calling. You just could tell I was on a cell phone, which is kind of a bummer. But the real best thing is its speakerphone. Its speakerphone is great. Actually, all you have to do to activate speakerphone is take the device and hold it upside down. It'll automatically activate speakerphone. And on the back, there's actually dual microphones for noise reduction. So it's perfect for conference calls. And let's say you're on a conference call and you want the people you're physically with, you want to say something to them, but you don't want the people on the call to hear you, you can just easily press the mute button, it's muted, and you're good to go. Really, really simple, really, really elegant, but it makes it perfect for conference calls. So, in this last round, the iPhone will be receiving a 4, and the Touch Pro 2 will also be receiving a 4. So, at the conclusion of this video, comparing Apple's iPhone 3GS for AT&T with the multi-carrier, in this case Sprint, HTC Touch Pro 2, which smartphone reigns supreme? With a total of 21 points over 19 points, the iPhone has defeated the HTC Touch Pro 2. But don't despair, people that are not on AT&T and don't want to switch over to the iPhone. Both of these devices are excellent. I highly recommend both of them. For AT&T, the iPhone 3GS is still my favorite device, and for the phones I've used on Sprint, even Verizon Wireless and T-Mobile, I would say the HTC Touch Pro 2 is one of the best ones on the market. So again, I'm Michael Sherlock from michaelsherlock.com. Thanks for watching me walk you through the differences and comparisons between Apple's iPhone 3GS and HTC's Touch Pro 2. Both of these are, again, $199 or $299 for the iPhone, $349.99 for the Touch Pro 2. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.